One of the main things that I've seen mentioned about Kingdom Hearts 4 since it was first revealed back in 2022, and especially more recently now that we've finally received an update, is that Sora looks so different. It's not only because of Sora's new design, but also the new art style that Kingdom Hearts 4 is going for, being more realistic compared to any of the other previous Kingdom Hearts games, almost at first glance appearing as if it's a Final Fantasy title. The contrast between the typical Kingdom Hearts art style to what we've seen here in Kingdom Hearts 4 is definitely jarring, especially if you are someone that hasn't been keeping up with the series, and more importantly, didn't experience the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. If you haven't been keeping up in the loop, then yes, it would appear that Kingdom Hearts is going through an identity crisis. Now for the Kingdom Hearts fanbase, we're all in complete understanding as to why Kingdom Hearts 4 looks the way it does, and why Sora has taken on such a drastic evolution. So while most of you likely know the reasons, this video is meant to educate the people that don't. It's most important to understand that there is an actual canonical reason for the new graphics of Kingdom Hearts 4 going from stylized to realistic. Right at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora used an ability known as the Power of Waking, allowing him to essentially travel back in time and slightly rewrite the events that took place in the Keyblade Graveyard. This was in an effort to save Kairi, whose heart had been shattered by Xehanort, meaning that Sora would have to re-experience all of the fights against the true Organization 13 and find a way to restore Kairi's heart within Scarlet Kylum. Sora was successful in saving Kairi, but as explained by young Master Xehanort, there is a heavy price that must be paid for using the Power of Waking. This consequence is the erasure of one's heart, effectively meaning that Sora died at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. However, this is Kingdom Hearts, and as we know, most people don't really ever truly die. While Sora's heart and body ceased to exist, his soul was sent to a completely new reality, known as unreality, to the world of Quadratum, a world that's designed after Tokyo, Japan. As explained by Strelitzia, the girl who appears in the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, she mentions that Quadratum and unreality is essentially an afterworld for those who have come from the known Kingdom Hearts universe. It would seem that the most common method of arriving in Quadratum from Sora's reality is dying. Because as we know, Strelitzia also died in the past of Kingdom Hearts' story within Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Though we're currently unsure if this is the real Strelitzia or a digital copy that the Master of Masters created to plant in Quadratum, awaiting Sora's arrival in the future. To the people that come from Sora's known reality, unreality Quadratum is deemed as a fictional world. It's really interesting because Nomura made this creative irony that for these people, Sora, that come from a reality that is heavily stylized, cartoonish, what they deem as fictional would be a reality that is based upon what we perceive as realism. It is basically the exact same scenario as Homer Simpson in one of the Treehouse of Horrors stepping into the real world, and suddenly Homer is now all 3D. He starts panicking because his perception of how reality is meant to work and look is now totally different. So just like how Homer goes from 2D to 3D when stepping into the real world to adapt to this new known reality, it is the same here for Sora in Kingdom Hearts 4. So this isn't Square Enix randomly changing up the art style of Kingdom Hearts and making a next-gen version. Like most things throughout the series, there is generally a narrative explanation. However, as explained by Tetsuya Nomura back in 2022, if Sora were to return back to his original reality, the graphics would revert back to stylized. We also know that throughout Kingdom Hearts 4, there will be sequences where we see what the other characters are doing stuck back in the normal reality. Donald, Goofy, Mickey, where of course we'll have those stylized, traditional Kingdom Hearts graphics. I'm sure that for this next coming saga of Kingdom Hearts, not all of the games will be taking place within unreality with the realistic graphics. So, in the future, we're likely to receive more Kingdom Hearts games that will go back to the normal way that the graphics look. We've also got no idea how the Disney worlds are going to work in Kingdom Hearts 4, as none of them have been officially revealed just yet. We do know that Star Wars has been almost soft confirmed for the game, and no doubt the more realistic approach to the graphics will apply here in this world, as it's based off a live-action film, the same way that Pirates of the Caribbean was presented in Kingdom Hearts 3, though I would say that the realism factor will be just a little bit stronger here with Star Wars. However, for those Disney worlds that come from an animated origin, will Sora still appear as his Quadratum realistic self, or will his character model revert back back to being more stylized to adapt to the animated world. It's likely to be the latter, as this is the way that Kingdom Hearts has usually always worked when it comes to worlds. With the help of Donald's magic, he applies new looks for the group so that they can blend into the world. So the situation here in Kingdom Hearts 4 is a little bit different, as we no longer have Donald with us. Now, aside from the change in visual style, Sora has taken on quite a change. This would probably have to be the most drastic change since his new model in Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, time does exist within Kingdom Hearts. Characters do grow older, and what we're seeing here is an older Sora compared to the Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3. For those of you who didn't experience the DLC for the game, there is actually a time skip that takes place. In the Limit Cut portion of the DLC, 1 year takes place after the end events of the game. In the span of this year, all of Sora's friends are currently searching for clues as to where Sora may have ended up after using the power of waking. To explain Sora's age real quick, in Kingdom Hearts 1 he's 14. There's a 1 year time gap between Kingdom Hearts 1 to Kingdom Hearts 2. This is why Sora is a bit taller and looks a little bit older in Kingdom Hearts 2 compared to number 1. He's 15 in Kingdom Hearts 2. There really isn't a lot of time that passes between Kingdom Hearts 2 to the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, so for all of those games that are happening in between, it's really only taking place over the course of a few months. Kingdom Hearts 3 seemingly beginning only a couple of weeks after the end of Dream Drop Distance. This means that KH3 Sora is still only 15 years old, and hence why he doesn't really appear to look too much older in this game. But what we're seeing here in Kingdom Hearts 4 is another KH2 situation where we have an older Sora. It's assumed at this point, because of the limit cut time skip, that Sora in Kingdom Hearts 4 is 16 years old. Now, we still have zero idea as to how the realm of unreality and Quadratum even works, and if time flows the same way that it does in Sora's reality. We know that in some of the dimensions for the universe of Kingdom Hearts, time can flow differently. Looking at the realm of darkness, time flows incredibly slowly. Aqua was trapped in the realm of darkness for 10 years, but upon finally leaving, she doesn't appear physically older. So there is that possibility that time might flow a little bit differently in Quadratum, and that Sora here is in fact perhaps a little bit older than 16. Because one thing that does remain a mystery here is how Sora looks older, even though it's explained by Strelitzia that he arrived in Quadratum 7 days ago. The gap between the Kingdom Hearts 3 secret movie of Sora waking up in the streets of Quadratum, still looking very much like his Kingdom Hearts 3 self, just with the Quadratum realism applied, to what is assumed to be the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 4 with Sora waking up on the couch in the apartment, will obviously be explained. But we have no idea how Sora went from looking like this in Quadratum to this. I, for one, am digging the new look of Sora. I really like it. It is very different. This is a very different Sora that we're not usually used to, especially if we're looking in the hair department. So the hair change here is likely also to do with how Sora needs to appear a little bit more realistic because of Quadratum. But I have seen theories that suggest that because Sora no longer has Ventus's influence, as he's no longer residing within inside of Sora's heart, that Sora's hair is actually reverting back to the way it was originally supposed to look, as it looks very, very reminiscent of his hair when he was a child. Rather than the spikes pointing upwards, the spikes are now going downwards. I will say though that with the most up-to-date look at Sora's character model, it does appear that Square Enix have slightly toned down the realism aspect compared to the model of Sora from 2022. To me, his new model looks just a little bit more Kingdom Heartsy rather than Final Fantasy. With all that being said, I can totally understand why some people, the ones that loosely follow Kingdom Hearts, really only sticking to the mainline games, not really paying attention to all of the extra stuff. The secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 is also another big thing that if people missed that, then they're probably going to be left in the dark as to what is actually happening here, and ultimately confused as to why Kingdom Hearts 4 looks so drastically different. I think the recent gameplay images though are a good reminder that this is still very much Kingdom Hearts. I mean, looking at this, it does still, to me, look like Kingdom Hearts 3. It looks like an evolved version of Kingdom Hearts 3. In the past, Nomura had also reminded people that at its heart, this is still Kingdom Hearts. However, the story is evolving just as Sora's character is evolving too. One thing that is for absolute certain though, is that a lot of the ideas that Nomura once had for Final Fantasy Versus 13 that evolved into 15 are seemingly going to be implemented here into Kingdom Hearts 4, and while Nomura has mentioned in the past that no, they're kind of two different things, we all know from the blatant hint dropping and parallels that started in Kingdom Hearts 3 that this is the direction that Nomura is going in with Kingdom Hearts 4. This is something that he has never let go of, and for a long time, people have wanted to see what that version of Final Fantasy XV would have looked like. So while we know that Kingdom Hearts 4 is still very much going to be a Kingdom Hearts game, yes, Disney is still there, some of that long dormant Versus 13 essence is absolutely going to be integrated. It's pretty clear to us that your Sora is almost a physical manifestation of what once was. So hopefully this has provided some insight for those who aren't exactly educated on the subject and don't really pay attention to Kingdom Hearts all too often. I think that this is the most drastic change, aside from Kingdom Hearts coming to modern systems, looking at Kingdom Hearts 3, that the series has ever taken on. I for one am really excited for this arc of Kingdom Hearts, more so than I think I was for Kingdom Hearts 3, to see how that game was going to conclude. I don't think that the story of the game has been in a more interesting spot than it is currently right now. And also knowing that this is a game developed with the feedback of KH3 in mind and how Square Enix can further improve the Kingdom Hearts experience, that in itself is probably the most exciting aspect of Kingdom Hearts 4. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. Be sure to slippity slap that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A big thank you to my wonderful patrons. I hope you're all having a fantastic day and we'll talk again real soon.